Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me here at the First Alert Desk. My name's Karli Barnett, and we want to give you a look at some of the stories that we are following for you this evening. We hope that you joined us at 6 o'clock on Atlanta News First. Feels like it's been a little while since we've had a full 6 o'clock broadcast, but you can also join us tonight at 10 on Peachtree TV and 11 on CBS, or if you are streaming us, you can just look for Atlanta News First. We've got you covered on all platforms. I know we're getting on a little bit late here, but that is because we were working to confirm some breaking news that was just into the Atlanta News First newsroom. We have learned that a death investigation is underway in DeKalb County, this after the body of a man was found in a wooded area. We have a crew that is headed to the scene right now to get more information on that. So we don't have any video of the scene yet, but we do have this information from DeKalb County Police. They say that it was around 2 o'clock this afternoon that officers responded to the 1000 block of Mariners Court in reference to a deceased male. When officers got there, they located the deceased male in a nearby wooded area, they say. Detectives and investigators with the medical examiner's office responded to the scene to further investigate. Now, there were family members there of a missing person that we had told you about earlier in the week here at Atlanta News First. At this time, we are not going to release that information because the medical examiner still has not confirmed the identity of this person. So we are still working to get confirmation on who this person was. We do know that there were family members there, again, of someone that we at Atlanta News First have reported missing this week. However, at this time, that has not been confirmed, that has not been verified yet, and we are waiting for the medical examiner to confirm that information to us. But what we do know is that at the 1000 block of Mariners Court, there was a man found dead in a wooded area, and they are working to confirm who that person was. So we, again, have a crew headed to the scene there, and we are hoping to bring you much more information on this tonight on Atlanta News First. Now, we want to take you next to this story about getting voters to the polls. Hard to believe, but that time is already approaching for the presidential primaries, and at least one organization was getting the word out there to get people out to the vote.
We're truth telling. We're truth telling. Here we come. So as to vote towards the Republicans specifically.
The next thing that we want to go to is a hiring event. If you are an educator, or if you are someone who is looking for a position within the school system, even looking for bus drivers, people along those lines, then Fulton County is looking for you. They held a big hiring event this weekend, and our reporter Asia Wilson was there. This comes as school districts all across the country are struggling to hire and retain teachers. So Fulton County schools, they say they want to get out ahead of this to prevent a shortage. So she was at this hiring event today, and Asia has more on that.
Any minute now, we are going to let the hundreds of people come down those stairs.
More than 600 people pound into Alpharetta High School on Saturday morning.
Be hiring today. Thank you for being here.
All looking to fill Fulton County schools' 180 vacant teaching positions.
We are staffing positions at all levels.
59 schools were present at the district's teaching hiring fair. Among them, Riverwood International Charter School and its principal, Kendra Smith, who says this was needed.
It's huge. It's huge. It gives us an opportunity to kind of get ahead of the game, you know, looking for top talent and making sure that we put strong instructional staff in front of our kids is number one.
Officials say the starting salary for beginning teachers is $52,000.
The pay scale ranges on the years of experiences, so they can range from 58 all the way to about, roughly about $70,000, $80,000.
Gonzalo LaCava, the chief of human resources, says they've also been able to retain current teachers.
We had a 5.1% increase in their wages. We gave a one-time bonus in January.
In terms of certified staff turnover, the district says they went from 17% to 12% within 1 year. And a new 18-month program, which started last week, will only help.
We just launched our Level Up Fulton, which was really our superintendent's vision to have a 3-tiered professional development plan for all employees. So it doesn't matter if you're a teacher, a custodian, a bus driver, a leader, we have development and a leadership pathway for you.
The retention initiative includes consistent coaching, and the district is also working on finding a way to compensate participants who complete that program.
8, 7.
So as many districts around the country battle a teacher shortage, Fulton County says its future is already looking brighter.
So we are already 99% filled, and we had 91% of our current staff, our current teachers, sign their contract to return next year. So we feel really good about that.
In Fulton County, Asia Wilson, Atlanta News First.
So as you can see, Fulton County, they're looking to fill some of those vacancies and get out ahead of this shortage that is being seen all across the country. So if you are an educator, if you know someone who is, you might want to send them this information on Fulton County. So we want to, before I turn things over to First Alert meteorologist Cutter Martin, he's going to be giving you your full forecast in just a minute here. But first, we want to know if there are any hockey fans that are watching, because our reporter Joshua Skinner, he is a self-proclaimed hockey fan. And if anyone remembers the Atlanta Thrashers, yeah, they were a thing. It's been a little while, though. And even though it's been a decade since our pro hockey team moved up north to Winnipeg, for many fans, those wounds still have not healed. And in fact, today, Joshua attended an NHL to Atlanta event, and he spoke with some hopefuls. One of our digital producers, Ellie, she is also a hockey fan. But there are many people that are hopeful for a hockey future here. So he spoke to the fans. He has what they have to say.
The Atlanta Thrashers might not be in Atlanta anymore, but that hasn't stopped tons of hockey fans coming out in support of the NHL to Atlanta movement. Thrashers Night at Gas South Arena in Duluth drew hundreds of hockey fans, many of them wearing the jersey of a team that no longer exists. But over a decade after the Thrashers left, fans are pushing for the NHL to return. Tonight's gathering is about supporting the Atlanta Gladiators' Thrashers Night, a once-a-year event that honors Atlanta's hockey past and looks longingly towards the future, a future that appears slightly brighter than it did a year ago, because fans think the right pieces are getting put in place for the city to make a run at a team once again.
With the right ownership, it can succeed anywhere, especially in Atlanta. It's a top 10 population and media market in North America. Too big to be ignored. You've got every other major league sport here. It's too big not to work. You just got to have the right ownership and good management behind it.
The Gladiators take on the appropriately named Greenville Swamp Rabbits tonight at 7.
All right, Ellie was telling me while that story was playing, it's been, what was it, Ellie? 4,711 days since the Thrashers last played here in Atlanta. So, Cutter, I don't know if you're a hockey fan. Let's go ahead and take a live look outside.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Nice segue, though. I too hail from a city that lost its NHL team, the Houston Aeros, way back when.
Well,
Womp womp.
but hey, you've got some good news for us, and that is that we're having a pretty nice rest of our weekend.
Yeah, it's going to be, I think, potentially tomorrow a little bit better than today. We'll have at least a little bit more sunshine in the First Alert forecast. I don't think it's a completely sunny day. However, I do think that there will be more sunshine than what we had today, and of course that is good news if you want to get outside and soak up a little bit of that sun, because it has been a cloudy few days across North Georgia and Metro Atlanta, and hoping that we can squeeze out a little bit of sunshine as we get into our Sunday before we head into a work week that inevitably is going to end up rather cloudy across North Georgia and Metro Atlanta. So again, thank you for tuning in and for watching. I want to remind you, if you have any weather questions, comments, concerns, YouTube is the place to be. We are monitoring the feeds right now, and I'll be kind of hopping in and out of that feed in particular here over the next few minutes. And if you do have any weather questions, comments, concerns, again, YouTube, the place to be to get those addressed. Right now, it doesn't look like we have too many comments coming in, so hopefully you already know what the forecast is going to be doing. And before we dive too deep into it, again, folks, maybe some more folks joining here, don't want to get into the really important and specific part of the forecast without allowing a few moments for folks to kind of settle into this portion of the Atlanta News First Plus stream. But First Alert Weather app is a great tool to have. Video in there is fresh. That's the latest First Alert forecast. So even if you missed this stream, though it is upon its completion, it will always live at the Atlanta News First YouTube page. You can always get a check of the First Alert forecast there in the First Alert Weather app. All right, a lot of weather to talk about before we get to the rest of this weekend. Already want to pique your interest at what is coming next week. That is late Tuesday into Wednesday. More widespread rain, maybe this time a few thunderstorms in the First Alert forecast, all because of a storm system that has been really blasting California with valley and coastal showers, thunderstorms, even some severe weather, at least one tornado warning yesterday, and intense mountain snow and wind gusts up to 190 miles per hour. That's the peak estimated wind gusts I have seen there. Of course, not at the surface. We're talking mountain passes and peaks. Still, even with elevation, that is impressive. Back home, nothing like that. First Alert radar is absolutely dry this evening. And while dry, we kept the cloud cover kind of through the entire day, just a peak or two of sunshine. And I think that this evening and overnight tonight is going to be rather cloudy. In fact, those low clouds that kind of lifted and gave way to some mid and high level clouds this afternoon, I think that those lower clouds are back in the forecast this evening and overnight tonight. And at some point, we're going to start seeing some more fog develop. Maybe not quite as foggy as it was this morning. Nonetheless, don't be too surprised if you wake up to some lower visibility out the door tomorrow morning. Again, outside right now, temperature-wise, Atlanta, 58, Lawrenceville, 54, 53, Marietta, Alpharetta, 53. The city of Atlanta managed lower 60s this afternoon, so it was a comfortable, I guess you could say, day compared to yesterday. Still a little bit on the cool side with the light breeze clouds, but again, yesterday afternoon, upper 30s, lower 40s. Today, lower 60s, good 20, 25 degrees warmer today versus yesterday. 8:28 is your time. If you had date night plans, probably on those plans right now, but here is your Saturday night, date night forecast as we go through the rest of the evening. Again, just a 20% chance, and that's probably a little on the aggressive side of an isolated rain shower this evening through about midnight. I think that we will see some patchy dense fog develop, and where fog is thick, there could be a sprinkle or two, some patchy drizzle, especially as we get into the dawn hours tomorrow, and maybe embedded within that an isolated actual rain shower, but it would be very light, very brief, and very spotty. Again, only about a 10 to 20% chance of that occurring at any one particular spot. While the rain may be sparse, I do think that we're going to have quite a bit of cloud cover around tomorrow morning, helping to keep temperatures up tonight, not all that chilly. Lower 50s inside the city limits, 46 in Kennesaw, 46 Roswell, so a little cooler outside of I-285, but still mid to upper 40s. Not a bad start to the day. Light jacket, a good idea for those morning walks and runs, but not anticipating any sort of rain that'll really impact your plans. But a spotty light shower, again, cannot totally be ruled out. We're just in one of those messy weather patterns. We're almost at any time. A little quick shower, a little bit of light rain will be possible. But the persistent rain, the heavy rain, the impactful rain, that'll hold off until at the earliest, I would say, the latter half of Tuesday. So tomorrow morning, Brunchcast. It is a Sunday morning after all. If you're going to church, grab an invite with the fam afterward. Lots of clouds, temperatures upper 50s, lower 60s as we get into late morning, early afternoon. So tomorrow will be a warmer day than today as our warming trend continues, with hopefully more sunshine tomorrow afternoon compared to what we had this afternoon. 70 at 3 p.m., 71 at 5 p.m. Not a sunny day but hopefully more sun than what we had today, which was just a little bit right before sunset. You might have caught that little bit of sunshine if you were out and about, or if you were watching Atlanta News First at 6 p.m. We had our Marietta Skycam with the Marietta gathering taking place on Marietta Square. Lots of people and a little bit of sunshine just as the sun was setting. Even though tomorrow kind of a gloomy day, warmer than today. 71 your high in Atlanta, Gainesville the same, Athens 72, Rome and Noonan 74. We're talking mid-70s. A sign that spring is right around the corner, right? We have the clouds, and even with the clouds, we're going to warm up significantly tomorrow afternoon. Lower 60s today, low to mid-70s tomorrow. So all in all, a nice little jump, a nice little bump in our temperatures as we get into tomorrow, hopefully with a little bit more sunshine in the afternoon. And I do think we'll see more than what we had today, which was, basically none. All right, laying out that first alert 7-day forecast for you. A muggier feeling Monday. We're back in the low to mid 70s, so maybe even parts of the metro 74, 75 degrees, the immediate metro. So if Noonan, if you're 74 tomorrow, it could be 76, 77, potentially Monday afternoon. Tuesday, I think we're still in the 70s, lower 70s, though. Clouds kind of thickening through the day. That rain chance is late in the day, more so evening and Tuesday night. First alert weather day with widespread rain rolling in. Could be a few storms, and if the timing is right, could slow a part of the evening commute. We'll be watching for that possibility. But the trend has been to push rain's arrival and the timing of the most steady rain to Tuesday night into very early Wednesday morning. Could impact the Wednesday morning commute, though right now model's fairly consistent with the idea that hey, rain's going to be out of here before the drive kicks in, so hopefully that'll hold. If not, we'll move over or add that first alert weather day for Wednesday, just in case it looks like there will be impacts to your day. Thursday, mild and gloomy once again. Sound familiar, right? Notice how many clouds are on this 7-day here. No single day will be sunny. Most days at clearest will be partly to mostly cloudy. Back up to 70 Thursday, another round of widespread rain possible Friday. There is uncertainty with that system, timing in regards to that sort of impact. So we are watching Friday. Could be another first alert weather day. If data continues to trend wetter on Friday, we will go ahead and hoist that first alert. In fact, I was looking at some new data just a moment ago and remaining consistent with that idea that Friday will be very wet. Potentially on the stormier side. So thinking about adding that first alert weather day for the late newscast, now that we've had just a little bit more data come in and we've been able to establish that trend, that data is suggesting a kind of a stormier Friday, especially afternoon, evening, maybe into Friday night. Trenton Martin, hello. Thank you for watching, for tuning in. Fist bump right back to you again. Thank you for watching, Trent, kind of at the end of our stream here this evening. I want to remind you that of course, we're still here. News never stops, nor does the first alert forecast. We'll be keeping you updated. And the Atlanta News First app, we have had some breaking news events today. Karli was updating you on some of the ongoing stories that we're following as well. The latest on those and your first alert forecast in the First Alert Weather app and Atlanta News First app, both at atlantanewsfirst.com. And a reminder, we're back on Peachtree TV, Atlanta CW affiliate at 10 p.m. Catch the entire team with your latest news and weather headlines. Also back tonight for the late news on Atlanta News First WANF starting at 11 p.m. Hopefully you have a wonderful evening. Get outside. Don't think you need the umbrella. Mostly dry this evening. But keep an eye on Tuesday's storm system, and then following that, our Friday storm system active weather pattern continues across the southeast.